quick question. Have you ever filmed yourself, but then after looking at the footage, you realized you looked like a potato? Yes, me too. But after 5 years of filming, 300 videos after, I feel like I finally cracked the code. Now it takes me only like 5 minutes to create a good shot. And today I'm gonna show my biggest 60-second filming secrets that transformed me from being awkward and unprofessional into this, and this. But before you actually start filming, you actually need to want to film. If you have a gigantic friction between you and filming, you won't even have a chance to practice your filming. I think it's very crucial to talk about it. So what I do to reduce the friction, to make it easy for me to start filming, I have all my filming setup, always standing here beside my closet. My softbox is there, my camera is there, usually like imagine it's standing right there. And I have a very easy access to all the filming equipment I need. This is game changing. I film in like 3 times a week. So highly recommend to have your setup ready at all times. Now, tip 2, not many talk about it in the videos of how to film yourself, but I think lighting can change your scene from being terrible into being gorgeous. Like there's no point even to move into the next steps, which is positioning yourself in the frame if you don't have your lighting figured out. So the biggest mistake I see is using the top light. This is my damn it. Oh my God. So here's my top light. I'm turning off my softbox and you can immediately see that it's looking not so good. Like the reason being is that it creates the dark spots under my eyes, even if I'm without glasses. Like it creates like a weird triangular nose that's 10 times bigger than my actual nose. Or maybe my nose just big. Never mind. Your forehead is like overly lit, while your chin and like the bottom part are very dark. So top light, a big no-no. Instead, create a light. Doesn't have to be a softbox, any light you have at home on the side of your face. So yeah, you see the difference. I have created like a whole video on how to create a good lighting with just what you have at home. I will link it right here and maybe in this description if I don't forget. Now, when you have your lighting figured out, by the way, the best lighting is the sun. You can just move closer to the window, big tip. But when you have this figured out, you can actually start filming. But before you film like your whole 30-minute footage, I do recommend you check how you look and how you sound beforehand. It would be such a pain in the ass to create a 30-minute footage when you're out of focus,
if the sound's not good,
if the image is dark or too light, or if you have like horizon inclined. I still have these mistakes in my videos. I'm not perfect, but I find that it's very helpful to just check what you filmed. Example. Now, while I'm setting up my iPhone, by the way, if you're filming on your iPhone, that's totally fine. You don't need a fancy camera. There have to be some softwares that would show you what you see on your camera. So I'm using camera with the Canon. I don't even remember the name of my camera. And it has an application on your phone. And what it does is that it shows how you look in the shot. For iPhone, and if you have an Apple Watch or iMac, along with your iPhone, it's even easier because it has a feature of showing how you look in the frame on your Apple Watch or on your iMac while you're filming on your iPhone. That's super helpful, I think. So if you have a chance to use that, take 5 minutes to learn how to use that and then check how you look in every shot. So once you set it all up, I'm using, by the way, HD 30 frames per second. You can use 4K. Yeah, maybe it's gonna be better quality, but the file size will be super big and like it might not be worth it. Just experiment and decide yourself, okay? Yeah, what you do is you film like a 2 1-minute clip of yourself. You're like blah, 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 blah. Then you go ahead and check how you look in that video. If all fine, if you like how it looks, you can go ahead and start filming. If not, then change what you like to change in the shot, what you don't like it, trial clip, and film it again. It doesn't have to be perfect, like find a sweet spot where to stop, because you can do it forever. So yeah, check yourself before you start filming. But how do you know when your video is actually good in your trial clip? Here's where you need to think about where you position yourself in the frame. Have you heard of rule of thirds? That's a very popular rule in the photography space, but I think it may also apply to filming. Now, you don't need to learn like the whole photography theory to look good on camera. You only need to understand where to position your eyes. Imagine your frame is divided into 9 parts. I'm gonna show the examples. And you have 2 lines on each third of your screen placed horizontally. Imagine. So your eyes have to be in the middle, crossing the upper line of your frame. Now, it can be a wide shot, it can be a close-up, but it's important to place your eyes, ideally, to cross the upper line of your frame. If your eyes are in the middle of the shot, maybe like this, then you have this whole weird space above that is useless. And the frame seems unbalanced because all the action is going on right here and you have this whole free space at the top that's like a bit awkward. So what I like to do is I make sure that my eyes are a little bit like above the center of the frame. You can also experiment and stand like this, it can also be fine, or like this, it will also be okay. But just to make this all simple for myself, I place myself in the center. It makes all the sense in the world to place yourself in the center. Now, you probably want to make your videos engaging if you're learning how to do YouTube. One of the easiest ways to make your videos more engaging is to create B-rolls. Now, like recently I was in the call with my clients and I was like, B-rolls, 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 we need to film B-rolls, B-rolls, B-rolls. And then in the end of the call, they're like, excuse me, but what are B-rolls? And I'm like, oh my, did I really spend like an hour talking about it without me explaining what a B-roll is? Anyways, for those who are not familiar with this, there's an A-roll and a B-roll. A-roll is a clip where you just talk, like the main clip with main content of the video. And the B-roll is something that you can place on top of your A-roll for a better illustration of your points. For example, if I say that it's important to plan your content, to create a content plan, to strategize before you start a YouTube channel, it makes all the sense in the world to place on top some clips that would show me researching, strategizing, creating a content plan, and it will add a big engaging aspect to my video with minimal effort. Now, how to create your B-rolls? There are 2 ways. You can batch create them, creating a list of B-rolls that you should film and film them all at once, or with every script you just choose a couple scenes additionally that you want to film as a B-roll, and bit by bit, like video after video, you'll have 2 B-rolls filmed every video, 2 B-rolls with the next video, and like at the end of even a month or like several months, you already have a stock of B-rolls while you just filmed 2 in your every filming session. So I like to use the second option, but today I can show you how to do the batching thing. Maybe it makes more sense to you not to think about your B-rolls ever again. You can try this prompt for ChatGPT to create your B-roll scenes. I create videos on YouTube about insert your niche. Make 20 B-roll ideas that would be applicable for most videos I make. So you say this prompt to ChatGPT, here are 20 versatile B-roll ideas that can enhance your content. And you have ideas. I'm using Notion AI. This time it's ChatGPT 4.0, I believe, and it created pretty good B-roll ideas. So you basically have this and you go ahead and you film it clip by clip. So by the end of this batching session, you have at least 20 B-rolls ready for you to use in every of your videos. You can send it to your video editor and they can add it to any upcoming videos that you're gonna make. Isn't that awesome? Maybe 20 is a bit too much. I'd recommend maybe to starting with just 5 or 10. Now, if you want to go one step further to make even better content, but still grab a low-hanging fruit for yourself, then I'd recommend you to make 3 shots of every B-roll. Now, these are the examples what shots you can make. There are a lot of types of shots, but I recommend using just 3 not to overwhelm yourself. Even 2 is enough. So you can create a wide shot, a medium shot, and a close-up. So let's start with a wide shot. Okay, ideally your computer should be on because it will be awkward if you type on a computer that's not on, you know. So this is a wide shot. And you film like a couple seconds of doing it, maybe 10 seconds would be enough. Then you go ahead and do the medium shot, which is basically a camera a little closer. Good. And a close-up. It can be any close-up. It doesn't have to be you. In that close-up, it can be a keyboard. And you're like, and now you have a close-up. Yeah, so for every B-roll, you might create these close-ups. Ideally that the action, the main point is in the middle of the frame. So if I was typing here, that would be awkward. If I was typing here, that would be awkward. Here, awkward too, right? So try to place the action, what's going on, in the center of the frame. Easy but very powerful tip. It was day 23 of my 30-day YouTube challenge. I'm almost there. Thank you for staying with me for so long. Here's the previous video that I posted yesterday, and this is the next day that I'm gonna post tomorrow. But I hope it's already there, so you can click and watch it next. Why? Because it will teach you the outdated YouTube tips that you should finally stop doing.